to day 1 of 7 days and 7 ways to own your phone. The question we're asking is, do we own our phones or do our phones own us? And,
Right.
it's a good question.
It is a good question because there's sometimes I've wondered.
Yeah. So, these aren't necessarily original ideas to us, but things that we have been implementing ourselves. And the idea is that if you just take one step each day over the next 7 days, in a week, you will have found, I think, some ways to kind of reclaim ownership over your phone, become less distracted, and hopefully more intentional with the most important things in life.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? I find myself so many times stuck with my phone when I shouldn't be, and I know I shouldn't be, and yet I can't seem to get unstuck. And so some of these things have really helped me, like some healthy boundaries.
That's right.
With my phone.
So let's get into it. Day 1, the step that we'll challenge you with today is to use your bedtime feature on your phone and to set those bedtime parameters.
Right.
So what have you found helpful about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of shuffled it around, like played with different times and stuff, but it definitely, I like, it seems like on the latest iPhone updates that it like just clears my screen. It says, like, basically, I think it says good evening first, then it's like time to get ready for bed. And so there's like this time period where there's just no notifications on my phone. It's time to get ready for bed. And then likewise, no interruptions during the night. And just in the morning it says good morning instead of having notifications staring at me. So using that feature has just really kind of freed up, that instant barrage of stuff that prevents you from getting the sleep you should be getting. So.
Yeah, it really gives you a chance to rest and step away from that device and people like interrupting not only our sleep, but what I've found valuable, and this is the case, different seasons of life may choose to set those parameters a little bit differently. We have young kids at home, and so really, even though my bedtime is a little bit later than theirs, I put my phone to bed basically as we're putting them to bed is what I've learned. So it's not interrupting that intentionality around the time we want to spend with our girls during their bedtime routine. I'm not getting interrupted or pinged or notified during that time.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to play with, as far as the time window you want.
Right.
And so it's kind of like one of those things, just start experimenting with it.
Exactly. Yeah. And the same would be true for me in the morning. I found that I've actually not shrunk my bedtime parameters now. I keep expanding them. So I learned, like, in the morning, my routine, I don't really want to get interrupted with text messages or other app notifications or anything until I'm on the other side of my devotional time and kind of that quiet time. Yeah. And so I kind of grew the morning end of it too, even though it's technically after I'm awake,
right.
But I'm not ready for my phone to be awake. So that's one way I think to look at it, is it's not about just when you necessarily go to bed or are waking up, but when is your phone going to bed and when do you want it to wake up?
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, like right now mine wakes me up in the morning, like with an alarm, so if I wanted to extend that part, I might choose some of the other methods we're going to talk about later. So, I mean, there's going to be some options.
Right, there are
how
some
you can do
different
it.
things. So.
But that's definitely a good idea.
But let's get started. Let's experiment with setting the bedtime routine, so we'll walk you how to do that in your settings.
Yep. Okay, we're looking at how to set up your bedtime, and you're looking for the health app. That's that one there with the red heart. If you're not seeing it quickly, you can hunt for it with your search bar by just pulling your screen down and searching for health. And when you get in here, I don't know if yours will look exactly like mine or not, but if you look at show all health data, you should be able to get to data about your sleep. And in there, it tells you how much you've been sleeping and that kind of thing, but it also lets you set up a schedule and options and things like that. So to edit your bedtime and wake up time, just click edit. It lets you drag around whatever time you want it to be. It'll even warn you if you go below your sleep target, which I'll talk to you about in a second. So anyway, drag that where you want, select the days that you want, and then click done on that. Then you can also set a wind down, which Andrew and I think both really like. Like you can set it to where it like gives you some warning, so like, hey, it's time to shut her down, time to go get ready for bed, get ready for the day. Mine's set to 45 minutes right now. I'm tempted to make that a lot longer. We'll see how that goes. But you can basically, set that whenever you'd like. And you can also set your sleep goal if you haven't, of how many hours of night you would get. And you can see that I have a loftier goal than what I've been achieving what we saw on that screen over there. Once you've set that up, it's actually a little easier to get to, I think, through the clock. And you've got your wake up time here at the top that has to do with your sleep, and you can hit change, and you can schedule the next day to be different. And you can also get in there and edit your sleep schedule from there, and some other things. So, all right, that's bedtime.
All right, so if you didn't walk through it with us already, hopefully you'll take a few minutes and just set those bedtime settings, and we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 2.
See you tomorrow.